Hey, it's Joddie Taylor of SnackySays. Welcome back to my podcast, the SnackySays podcast. Today I am chatting about my travel essentials. Let's hop on into it. Number one, let's talk about packing cubes. I have quite a few. They are almost all from Eagle Creek. So I'm just going to focus on my favorite in the bunch. It is the Packet Isolate Structured Folder Size Large. Mine is in black. It comes in about 4 different colors. Size large is currently out of stock, but if you scroll down on the Eagle Creek website, you'll see something that says, there's a button that says something like, notify me when available. You could probably also get it at other retailers. I happen to get mine on Eagle Creek. 2 features I love about this packing cube. Number 1, it comes with a folding board, makes it easy for you to fold your clothes. And number 2, it comes with a compression zip. Oh, this is so helpful. I put all my clothes, well, not all. I actually used 2 size large packing cubes and 1 size medium. But I said I would talk about my favorite. So this is my favorite. Once I put the clothes in, I used the compression zip and it really compressed it and it gave me the space that I needed in my suitcase. So let's hop over to my suitcase. I used the Hue carry-on luggage from Calpac Travel. You've probably heard me talk about them before because I got their Luca duffel bag a few months ago. That's going to be also on this list. It's going to be number 3, but let's talk about my suitcase first. It has a TSA approved security lock, which I really like. But remember the pin. If you don't remember it, it's like impossible to get back into your suitcase. The color I got, I would describe as a muted hot pink bubblegum. It's called Dragon Fruit. It says limited edition color. There are some classics like black, there's a linen color, but I really wanted something that was going to stand out in the airport. And so this checks those boxes. There was something else I wanted to say. I guess I'll talk a little bit about how I packed. So on one side of the suitcase were my shoes, and on the other side of the suitcase were my clothes. So again, I used 2 large Eagle Creek packing cubes. 1 had compression, and then 1 medium. So the 2 large had my clothes in it, and the medium had my underwear. You can never pack too much underwear, pro tip. So next, let's talk about my personal item, which was the Luca duffel bag. I got mine in green apple. So now you can picture I have this bright green personal item bag with a trolley sleeve. So it fits right on the suitcase. You know, like the handle slides right down. So bright pink, bright green personal item. And then this like muted hot pink bubblegum color. You cannot lose those 2 things in an airport. Impossible. I didn't check any luggage, so this was me, just these 2 things. I also had, there was something else I wanted to say about the personal item. I've spoken about it before, but real quick, on the bottom, you zip it open, you can fit a pair of shoes. My feet are big, so I did that once and it just doesn't work. It takes up half the bag. This time I put, I think, just some bedroom slippers, the really flat ones, which I didn't need because I got to the hotel and it had robes and slippers, which I hadn't seen in an age. So I could have saved that little bit of space, but it is handy. You can slip other things in there. I packed this thing to the gills, both suitcase and personal item I had to sit on to close. I was traveling for a week and was not going to check luggage, so needs must. In the personal item, by the way, I had 2 pairs of shoes. Yes, it seems like I bought a lot of shoes, but not really. I just have big feet. Those shoes are like on the fragile side, so I wanted them really with me, even though the carry-on luggage would have been with me. I was worried about crushing them. 1 pair of shoes are rhinestone sandals I wore at my cousin's wedding a few years ago. They looked amazing with a gown and gorgeous with a pair of jeans. Very versatile shoes. Unfortunately, David's Bridal doesn't sell them anymore, but I think that same pattern of rhinestones is available in a high heel sandal. I may have spoken about those before. I'll see if I can find a link. Okay, so far that's my personal item, my favorite packing cube, and carry-on luggage. What's next? What is next? Oh, I know. I want to talk about one of my shoes. I'm definitely going to give you a link to this. These are the Adidas Adilette platform slides. Yes, I'm counting these in my travel essentials for hot weather. So if you're going to be poolside, I recommend these. You're going to be out and about in a sunny location. They're super comfortable. They're going to give you a boost of height in like a really flattering way for a platform slide. Usually I would say that about a wedge. They're so comfortable. I got the gray ones. I'm calling them gray. I think they call them silver pebble, but they're also available in black and white. Oh, and they're on sale as of this recording. I know what you're thinking. If it's cold where you are, maybe it's snowing, you can't even picture yourself buying some slides right now. Do yourself a favor. Get these slides. They're super comfortable. Hold on. Are you going someplace warm or hot? And then the next couple of months, you can use these. Save them for next summer. I don't know how often these slides come out, if they're just available year round. Maybe they are. If they are, sure, get them anytime. But if not, it won't hurt to get them, especially if they're on sale, and just save them. All right. So the other thing I want to talk about, I think I just have one more thing. Oh, I have two more things. I always want to say a portable puffer jacket, which is ridiculous because all jackets are portable. A packable puffer jacket. Mine is from Reebok. It was a gift I got years ago from my twin brother. I can't find a similar Reebok jacket, so I'm going to put some similar puffer jackets in the show notes. Mine has, and the ones that I'm going to share with you should both have a hoodie. They come with a tote bag. You wear this bad boy, you like fold it up, roll it up, and put it in the bag. I tied the bag to my my personal item or to the suitcase, and it was easy to travel with. I'm so glad I bought it with me. I was leaving someplace that was cold and going someplace that was hot, Cartagena, Colombia, and I thought, I'm not going to bring this coat. I needed it. The airplane was freezing. So was the airport. And it's a comfortable coat. And listen, once you put it in that bag, it looks like a little pillow. You can use it as like a travel pillow almost. Next, last but not least, loops, earplugs. I mentioned these, I think, in the SnackySays newsletter. I don't know if I had bought them yet. I bought them. There was a little bit of a learning curve for me because I don't read instructions. I couldn't get them to fit properly. After about 3 days, I finally watched the instruction video and I was like, oh, don't be like me. Watch the video, read the instructions, put your earplugs in properly. I got two different types, but again, I'm just going to stick to my favorite. So let me tell you about the one that I use the most and I'm still using even though I'm not traveling. And that's the Engage. So it will block out sounds, but you'll still be able to talk and to hear what people are saying to you. I used it on the airplane. There's another kind, I'll just tell you the other kind I got, which was called the Quiet. So the Quiet version is when you want to sleep, you don't want to talk to people, and you really want to block things out. It blocks out even more sound and noise, but they're not my favorite. So let's talk about the Engage. I actually got the Engage Kids, their kids line, because how can I say this? My ear canals are pretty small or something. Ear tips always falling out of my ears. And it never occurred to me that I could just get different ear tips. It's ridiculous to say because sometimes earbuds come with different sizes, but it just never occurred to me. Let's move on. So I got these Engage Kids. I also like the colors. These are my favorite. I wore these on the plane. I was able to chat with my friend. I wore these to restaurants. I wore these out and about. They're great for a walk. If you walk someplace that's a high traffic area, it can sound really loud. This drowns it out and you're still aware of your surroundings. I cannot recommend these enough. So much so, I would say, if you don't get anything else on this list, or if you're not interested in anything else, check these out. I think if you're sensitive to sounds, or you know someone who's sensitive to sounds, or you just need a freaking break, try these. Try these. I went to a couple of places in Cartagena, and I just kept thinking, what would I have done without these earplugs? What would I have done? The music is so loud. I can't even hear myself think without it, you know? If you don't get anything else, get these. Trust me on this. The other reason why I got the Engage Kids, which I didn't make clear, is that it comes with a wider range of ear tips. It has extra, extra small, and then I think extra small and maybe medium, whereas the adult size comes with like small, medium, large. I forget exactly, but I wanted to try the extra, extra small. Long story short, for me, I think I'm just the extra small. who cares? Let's move on. You'll have more variety in sizes. You can also buy ear tips separately, but I didn't want to do that. I just wanted it to come with it. Yeah, I recommend these. So yeah, that's it. Look at me, 10 minutes. Can I tell you something? I have tried to record this episode so many times and it's always like approaching 30 minutes because I was giving you all too many details. That's it. The last thing, nope. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it. The last thing I want to recommend is a wrap. I bought a wrap with me. I got this wrap in Malaysia a few years ago. I had never used it before. Bought it with me on this trip, but I've used wraps on other trips, and here's why. Here's why I'll continue to bring them and use them. A wrap you can use as a head covering. You can use it as a dress. You can use it as a nightgown. You can use it as a skirt. You can wear it out to dinner. You could wear it poolside. It's versatile. Who doesn't love a versatile piece? If you're traveling, you can get this at almost any destination. It may come, maybe call like different names. I'm calling it a wrap. Maybe somewhere else will call it a beach cover up. You can use it for so many different things. I will put a picture in the show notes of mine. Last note on that is it's a souvenir. Again, I got it in Malaysia at someplace that specialized in, I guess, prints, like printing on, like a textile store, like printing on fabric. So they were pretty unique. And it's a pretty unique souvenir for me anyway. And it's a useful one. I think a souvenir is something that can be, my hope is that it's meaningful and useful. It can be something like a recipe. I was in a group chat the other day and someone put a picture of something or she recreated a recipe that she had in Amsterdam. And I was like, man, that is the best souvenir ever. It doesn't have to be tchotchkes. So this is a travel essential for me. I like getting souvenirs that are meaningful, useful, something that I can't get in my home country or maybe anywhere else. So when I went to Colombia, I only got one, technically two souvenirs, and that was an outfit from the Adidas shop. Yes, me and Adidas. I love Adidas. I did a little research. I saw this thing. It was love at first sight. And I was like, no, maybe I can just get it in the States or on Adidas.com. Well, I couldn't. And I kept thinking about it and I went back. And when I went back, they were like, we knew you were going to come back. Yeah. And now I have something that I could only get at the Adidas in Colombia and nowhere else. That's a great souvenir. All right, I'm going to end here. Those are my travel essentials. I hope it was useful and helpful to you, maybe give you some ideas. I'm going to put some resources in the show notes, including a great packing video from Miku, where she uses a wrap. That's not the Korean name, but Japanese name. Hold on. The Japanese name is Fushiki. She uses a wrap, like how I was talking about my packing cubes. She uses a wrap to do that. So there's another use for a wrap. And I will probably put a couple of packing videos that I found interesting and useful when I was getting ready for my last couple of trips. All right. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast episode or any of my podcast episodes, if you haven't already, please subscribe at joddie.substack.com. That's joddie.substack.com. And please share with a friend or three. If you are traveling soon or maybe even later, I will wish you very safe travels. Thanks for listening.